we are going to look at some options for the unhappy path. In a happy path, the first sample is moving from step 1 to step 2 in a linear fashion. When something is wrong with the sample, you have additional options in Clarity LIMS. In this video, we are going to review how to repeat a sample, how to rework, and how to complete and repeat. All of the options that we are going to be discussing will be found on the next step screen. First, repeat a sample. This could be a case where you need to re-prep a sample and you want to send it through the step that it just came out of again. In this example, our sample is currently in the mRNA purification, fragmentation, and cDNA synthesis step. For sample 1, we're going to repeat the step by clicking the next step option and clicking repeat this step. When I click finish step, I will be brought back to the lab view. And if I scroll down and click back into mRNA purification, fragmentation, and cDNA synthesis, we will see that sample 1 is sitting in the queue for 0 minutes. The second option we have is the rework option. This will give you the flexibility to send a sample to a step that it has already been through. This is a per sample option, not a global option, meaning that you can only find the option to rework from an earlier step down here. If you click in the gray toolbar, you will not find rework from an earlier step. The reason for this is because samples can be assigned to many workflows. Therefore, they may not all have come from the same previous steps. This can also be automated with a script. For sample 2, when we click rework from an earlier step, we will see the pop-up showing the steps that the sample has been through. And we can select where we would like the sample to be sent back to. I'm going to select Aggregate QC. And when I click Finish Step, we can confirm that the sample was sent back to Aggregate QC by clicking into the Aggregate QC queue. Here we will see that sample 2 is now sitting in the queue for Aggregate QC, waiting to have work done to it. For sample 3, we're going to use the option Complete and Repeat. What this will do is finish the step, and the output of this step will move to the second step of the protocol, while the input to this step will also remain in the mRNA purification, fragmentation, and cDNA synthesis step. This one is tricky, and I wouldn't recommend selecting this on an Aggregate QC step. When I click Finish Step, we can confirm that the sample was sent to where it needs to go by first checking the mRNA purification fragmentation step. And see that sample 3 has been waiting for 0 minutes. We can also go into the second step of the protocol, which is repair ends. and see that sample 3 has been sitting here waiting for 0 minutes. These are just 3 of the options you have for the unhappy path, but it will make the system more realistic to how you're processing your samples in the wet lab.